Got some breaking news into the HQ. The Miami Dolphins are acquiring all-pro cornerback Jalen Ramsey from the LA Rams. In return, they get a third-round pick this year and tight end Hunter Long. CBS Sports NFL insider Josina Anderson confirms the deal is agreed to. Ramsey played a key role for LA the past 4 seasons, including a Super Bowl win after the 0-1 season. And now we bring on Josina Anderson, now joining us to talk about this move. And boy, Jay, what does Ramsey going to the Dolphins mean for the Dolphins secondary now?
Well, first of all, when you think about the fact that their defensive coordinator is now Vic Fangio, and the fact that the defense was already being built to become even more of a stalwart. Remember, they also added Bradley Chubb from the Broncos. And you think about, the pieces that they have on the front end and back end, let alone the intentions of the team to go further down in the postseason. This is a big acquisition, not only because of that fact of what I was talking about, but also because Jalen Ramsey had multiple opportunities to go elsewhere. Now, remember, CBS Sports HQ was the first to tell you that the deal was likely going to be finalized and that the two were deep in discussions, and then confirming, yes, that the deal has been agreed to now. But what I was told when that news came to me was that, Ramsey wanted to go to a place where he wanted to be, and that was the most important thing. And the other thing, I don't know if the viewers saw it there, is that Ramsey had also, he's very spiritual, very deep into God, and he is praising, God, prior to this becoming official on social media. So you're kind of getting the sense that he was aware, that something was going on as well. Hey, listen, let me tell you, as an insider, you always have to take every little piece of, information that you get to begin to put a piece together, or a puzzle together rather. But yes, Jalen Ramsey right now going all the way from the West Coast to the East Coast and all the way at the bottom of the East Coast to Florida, but not one of the teams who expect to be at the bottom when it comes to the playoffs.
Yeah, Josina, to your point about Jalen Ramsey on social media, clearly he seems to be happy with all this. If you saw his latest tweet, his tweet says mood, and it's like, just celebrating in front of everybody. He is loving this. How did this deal come together? And do you think maybe the Rams could have gotten more from someone else then?
Well, I think a couple things I think about that. Les Snead has always been very aggressive when it comes to making deals that impact his team. Obviously, first and foremost, doing whatever it takes to build a Super Bowl. But now, as I feel like they are beginning to retool, which is very remarkable when you think just a while ago that they won a Super Bowl, and I was in SoFi, and it was all the stories about Odell and Matthew Stafford getting his first one or what have you. And just a short while after that, this team is getting remade. But it's not to be unexpected, because when you think about, and I'm trying to think of the most colloquial, kosher way to say this, but, the phrase that goes with Les Snead and the team with regards to how they feel about those picks, you know what I'm trying to say, right? Without saying that, it's coming back a little bit in terms of eventually you're going to have to kind of reset the clock and reset the template. So it'll be very interesting not only to see how this impacts the team as a singular move, but also, how that impacts, just other players that are on the team that are also veterans. I mean, we'll see what they end up doing with other key pieces, as well as all of these teams, as we are just hours away from the legal tampering period, have to make key decisions on which free agents they're bringing back, which ones are going to let go to the market, which ones are going to try to bring on that are on other teams, and what have you. So, we have the Super Bowl in February, but this is the insider Super Bowl for the NFL and the people who cover it, because it's about to be extremely crazy. And I live in the New York, New Jersey area, and trust me, I already got Jets fans on my heels when it comes to a certain quarterback in Green Bay right now. So
Selection Sunday. We don't need any more massive craziness on another Selection Sunday. But I do want to ask this, Josina. Clearly the Dolphins are going for it, right? Like they are being extremely aggressive. We also saw that they locked up Tua with the 5th-year option. How much of a concern are we talking about here? And when things get crazy, how crazy are we talking about? Because Tua was in and out, and he's not a sure thing to last the whole season on a team that clearly thinks it's pretty darn close to winning it all.
Well, make no mistake, the Dolphins have very, very strong key pieces. And no matter what is going on at the quarterback position, and I'll answer that in a second, you've got a team with Jalen Waddle. You have a team with Tyreek Hill. You have a team that feels like it has all the necessary pieces, not only to compete in its division, but to go further into the playoffs and hopefully be even more of a competitor when it comes to the likes of, the Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Bengals, who are also trying to do their thing. And then you're talking about, the aspect of the team picking up the fifth-year option with Tua. That was the smart business move to definitely do it, Tua. One, because he has made market improvement as a football player last year, leading the NFL in passer rating, leading or having a career high in terms of passing yardage, in terms of the touchdown interception ratio, all of that. But at the same time, dealing with the reality of what we know, at least 2 concussions, arguably whether it was a third or not. We know that Tua and the team said it was a back injury, but it did lead to an NFL investigation. And if you are protecting yourself, you're going to do more of a mechanism that is a placeholder to buy yourself time and kick the decision down the road as to whether you're going to go in on a long-term deal. Good for him to lock down the fifth-year option, which the deadline of which was by May 1st. It locks him in at $23.1 million in 2024. But in comparison to the amounts that the top 15 quarterbacks are making in the NFL right now, at an average of 40, Daniel Jones, Dak, and above, or what have you, the goal for him, and the goal has been and continues to be, as it should be, to get a long-term deal. But it's a good move for him. It's a good move for the team right now, and we'll see what else they do to continue to build.
That right there is CBS Sports NFL insider Josina Anderson on a day that Jalen Ramsey, the Pro Bowl cornerback, is traded from the Rams to the Dolphins. Josina, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.